O'Neal.
O'Neal.
Yeah, man.
Simon.
Yes, sir.
So O'Neal, so you say you kind of sort of believe in the Bible. So what makes you not really believe in the Bible as a whole?
It is presenting religion, and the principles of religion is like it's one-dimensional because we're presenting Christ as a way, certain way, and you can't present Christ to me that way, whatever you present him to me. Right?
Understood.
The presentation of Christ.
I got a question
And
for
it's
you.
a Christ-like thing. Christianity is a Christ-like thing. So
I got a question for you. We can get into that, but I want to first start off with something. Did you know that the Bible is Black history?
I mean
the whole book.
Yeah, well, I think that it's watered down though. I think that's something missing, the way it is presented. I think that.
I'll say what watered it down. The pastors. Your pastors watered down the scriptures. The scriptures always stayed the same. No matter what language it was in, it stayed the same. It's your teachers that taught you wrong. Because from the time of slavery, where are you from?
I'm from Jamaica.
From Jamaica. So when the British came to Jamaica, when the British brought us to Jamaica, and they taught us, what was it? Let me guess. Yeah. When the British came to Jamaica, and they taught us Baptist religion, the Seventh-day Adventist religion, Jehovah's Witness, and so on and so forth, they gave us their own version of the scriptures. They watered down the scriptures. They taught us that Christ looks like this. They taught us that God looks like them. And they taught us that we as black people, we are nothing. But we have to go through white Christ to get salvation, you see, and be delivered. But in actuality, we have to go through the black Christ to receive that salvation. And that black Christ is going to judge those that have done this to us, oppressed us, that done this to us. And we're still oppressed by that same group of people. So, let me show you in the Bible that the Bible is black history. See this right here? That what happened in Jamaica, it was prophesied right here. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
And also, where do you see yourself in this sign? Right here. Where do you see yourself in this sign? Over here is what the other nations, what the world calls us, West Indian black, American black. On this side is what God calls us. So where do you see yourself in this sign? Say from Jamaica. That'd be like West Indian. Where do you see yourself in this sign? Benjamin. Now my father's from Jamaica as well, so I'm from the tribe of Benjamin.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
So Moses talking to those who be seeing the sign, our ancestors. And let's see what Moses is telling our ancestors.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses will come upon thee and overtake thee.
So at this time, Moses was giving us the blessing if we kept God's commandments, and the curses if we disobeyed God's commandments. And when you read through the Bible, you see that God's people always broke the commandments of God. Always. They always turned away from the Lord. And what happened when they turned away from God? Give me verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
The Lord said, because you chose not to serve me and keep my commandments, you have to serve your enemies. You have to serve the people that done this to us. You have to serve another race of people. For what? Read.
Which the Lord shall set against thee.
God sent them against us.
In hunger.
You have to go to them for food.
And in thirst.
Water.
And in nakedness.
Clothes in your back, you may say made in China, made in Taiwan. Read.
And one of all things.
Education, religion. Teaching of this Bible is going to be brought to you watered down, and you're not going to get the true essence of this Bible. You can't think it's a white man's book, but it's your history book. Read.
Hold on though.
Hold up.
Are you
Okay.
because I might miss what I want
Okay,
to
cool. Yeah, see what you're gonna say. I'm not gonna miss what I'm saying.
God sent them to deal with what they did to us.
Give me verse 47.
Verse 47, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
That's your answer. God did send our enemies against us. We chose, because look at this. We love to follow our enemies' ways. We loved it. So the Lord said, because you choose to love, you love to follow them, I'm going to send them against you. You think that they love you. You think that they like you. But when I send them against you, you can really see that they don't like you like that. Read.
In hunger.
Now you got to go to them for food. You got to work tirelessly just to get food. Read.
And in thirst.
You got to work tirelessly just for water. Read.
And in nakedness.
The clothes in your back, you have to work tirelessly just to have clothing.
And in want of all things.
Education, a house, a car, anything you want in this life today, you have to work hard just to get it. And to go to your enemies that oppressed you. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Read.
Until he hath destroyed thee.
In slavery, did we not, in Jamaica, did we not have yoke of iron put on our neck? And in Jamaica, it was worse. It was worse because there was a lot of uprisings and all that. So they made our slavery hard.
Until he hath destroyed thee.
So it was until we were mentally, spiritually destroyed as a people. We forgot our culture. We think we're Jamaican. They forced that name on us. We forgot our God. We think, a lot of Jamaicans think God looks like this. They think Christ looks like this. They would not speak the Bible because what? Our slave masters beat this into us. They beat their doctrine into us. Now we're trying to beat God's doctrine into you. Show you the true way, God's way, not your oppressor's way. You follow? Because your oppressors, that's the kingdom for them. But oppression for us still. But with our God, it's kingdom for us and rulership over all. Deliverance from this captivity. Read. Verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So God said that he's going to bring, so Moses and the Israelites, because they just left Egypt. When we went under Egypt, we were facing slavery, hard bondage, or chattel slavery, something like that. Lord, Moses said, you can go back into the same condition of Egypt. But this time,
with ships.
You can go back into slavery, but this time by ships. In our history, how did we get to Jamaica? Oh, from west coast of Africa. Now you can in Bermuda, you can go to Dockyard and see you went on slavery by ships. That's world history. You can't refute that. What other nation of people went into slavery by the way of slave ship? That's us. And Moses is talking to God's chosen people. Because if we disobey God, He's going to do this to us. He's going to make sure your enemy, beats it into you, destroys you, so you can really see that they are your enemy. They're not your friend. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So just like how He said it would be, you can go into slavery by the way of slave ship, you have yokes of iron put on the neck, your sons and daughters will be taken away from you and given to another people. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You're never going to see your homeland again. As a nation of people. Okay, I'll say this. In Jamaica, we as Jamaicans, so-called, going back to Africa as a whole, what's the in the lands of our captivity? What's the in spiritual Egypt? Slavery. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
So, when we were in slavery, were we not sold? And who's Moses talking to? The 12 tribes of Israel. He said, this is going to happen to you for your disobedience. Read.
And no man shall buy you.
No man will redeem us. Marcus Garvey tried. Malcolm X tried. Martin Luther King tried. in Africa. Kwame Nkrumah tried. Patrice Lumumba tried in Africa. But they were all assassinated for trying to redeem us out of slavery. But who's that savior that's going to redeem us from slavery? The black Messiah, not the white Messiah. Because he's a devil. That's the Antichrist. That's the true Christ. A black man that looks just like you.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.